and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and happy Sew Along Sunday. We are back with another sewing tutorial. As you know, we just finished the Huxley bag, and I hope you guys really enjoyed that. It got to be a lengthy sew along because there were just so many parts, and then it kind of just made sense to break it up into certain videos. So anyway, today I have something a little different for you. As you know, I made a pair of Liana stretch jeans from Itch to Stitch. I'll pop a picture of the pattern up here. Let's see, it was for my Sew the Look, I don't know, somewhat recently. Since the beginning of the year, I made these jeans. And I had made, cropped them a little bit. I really like my jeans ankle length, unless they're really flared and then go to the ground. I had made the straight leg that have a little bit of a flare. Now, in all fairness, this jean pattern is meant to go all the way to the ground, unless you were doing, of course, the skinny leg, which I do want to try at some point. But anyway, I made the straight leg and I did crop it to hit right at my ankle. And it is a little flared, which actually is in to do like a cropped flared leg. But with my shape and the fact that I'm only 5'2", I lived with it for a little bit, and now I think that it is time. I want to fix the flare on those pants and make it a much straighter, so these can be a little bit more classic, less trendy and more classic pair of jeans in my wardrobe. So a lot of people, I kind of mentioned that when I first made them, and I had quite a few people ask that if I did decide to do that, if I could show the process. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you the jeans first, what they look like today, and then how I'm going to go about altering that. And then the finished result. It's a pretty quick little alteration, so hopefully this will be a somewhat succinct video. Next week we start t-shirt week. Next Sunday is going to be the beginning of t-shirt week. We will be covering inspiration, just ways to elevate a t-shirt, you know, so it's not just a plain t-shirt, and patterns. I'm going to do a video on fitting and fabric selection. I've had a lot of requests on that. I'm definitely going to do a video on how to sew different necklines, how I do my V neckline, which would also be the same way you would do like a square neckline. It's just doing two different V necklines. I was going to do one video on just a whole bunch of different necklines, how I calculate my bands. I very rarely use the bands that come with patterns. So that will be a video. And then I was going to do a big reveal video of all the t-shirts that I am going to make next week. So that's kind of what we've got going forward. And then my next little tutorial video after t-shirt week, I am going to do a video on how to remove shoulder pads from those 1980 patterns, how to remove the shoulder pad ease from those 1980s patterns. I've had, when I did my inherited pattern haul from Joyce, I had a ton of requests for how I would go about removing some of those gigantic shoulder pads from especially the dresses and blouses. So I'm going to have a tutorial on that. So I just want to let you know that that is coming after t-shirt week. And then we're going to do a sew along for a dress because I am ready to sew some dresses. So that's kind of sew along Sunday wise, that's kind of what we've got going forward. Although t-shirt week will be on 2 Sundays, but it'll be all the videos for that whole week as well. So anyway. Okay, that's all I've got for right now. I'm going to pop into the tutorial now, and then I will see you guys on Tuesday for the big Great Module Sew Along reveal, which is all very, very exciting. Okay, hope you guys have a wonderful end of your weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye. Okay, hi guys. We're going to alter some jeans. So I realize I'm headless at the moment. So first things first, most of the time, jeans have a top stitched in seam. Now, if this is a flat fell seam, you're going to have a harder time with this alteration. If it is a faux flat felled seam, which is what mine is, and that means that the seams have been sewn right sides together and then serged, and then it was pressed and then top stitched in place, this is much easier. So what we're going to do first, before we do any pinning, is I'm going to unpick the hem on both legs, and then I'm going to just unpick the top stitching from the bottom of the pant to just right above my knee level. Just that line of stitching. You don't need to unpick the seam, just unpick the top stitching and unpick your hem, and then the outside seam is fine for right now, and I'm going to show you how we will then determine how we're going to take in the legs. So do that first. Unpick the hem, unpick your top stitching. To I want mine to be pretty straight from the knee down. So I'm just going to unpick my top stitching about an inch or two above where my knee hits. Okay, so I have unpicked my hem. If you could probably see, it's kind of rolling back up on itself, but that's good because that means when we rehem it'll be so much easier. My pants are not buttoned because I've got them on inside out, of course. So yes, once you've got your hem undone and then you've undone the top stitching from about a couple of inches above your knee all the way to the hem. Again, if you have these flat felled, you're going to have, I mean, you can do the same thing, it's just going to be a lot more in depth because you will have trimmed and yada yada yada. So just so you know, if you want to tackle that, it's up to you. All right, so the next thing is I am just going to go and I'm going to pinch out how much I want to take out, which at the knee, I really want it straight down from the knee. So I don't want it fitted around my calf. So most of it will just be coming, sorry, you probably can't hear me. Most of it will just be coming out at the hem. So I'm just going to eyeball it in the mirror and I'm going to pin out width evenly as I can get it. Now we can measure once we've pinned out, but I'm just going to pin out somewhat evenly from either leg, starting at my knees and going to the ground. So I'm going to do that real quick and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I have pinned one leg and I will get up really close and show you what that looks like when I take these off. But just do one leg because we're just going to mirror the other leg according to the one leg. So I'm going to take my pants off and I'm going to show you what it looks like pinned and how I'm going to sew that. All right, so here we've got right about my knee and I've got it pinned out somewhat evenly on both sides. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go and I'm going to measure from my pin to my stitching line, and I want to make sure that it's an even amount from both sides because we want our grain line to stay balanced. So I'm just going to go, if there's a difference, I'm just going to split the difference. You know, if one is 5/8 of an inch and the other one is 1/2 of an inch, I will just split right in between 1/2 and 5/8 for either side. But yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to measure and make sure that they are the same. And then I'm going to mark it in with chalk and then sew it. So I'm just doing the one leg. So I'm going to go do that really quick and then I will come back and show you what that looks like. All right, so I have stitched, and hopefully you can see this line right here, and then this line down here. So I'm taking in quite a decent amount there. Now remember, you've got more in the back than you do in the front, and that's perfectly normal. So when you're sewing these, make sure you smooth out the area because you want all that fullness to go to the center. So just make sure you're not catching anything, you know, here on the back when you're doing that. All right, so we've got one leg done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our other leg and we're going to fold our inseams together, put our inseams, or no, we're not, sorry. Disregard that. We want to lay it flat again. And we're just going to do one side of the leg. So this is the unsewn part here. So we are just going to put this leg on top, making sure that our inseams are matched and our outseams are matched. Make sure you don't have your legs twisted because that will play a part. And we're just going to match our serged edges. So again, I've not taken anything of this excess off yet. We're just going to do one side at a time because remember, the back is just, there's a lot more fabric there. But we're going to line up our raw edges of our hem and our serged edges. And we're just going to go through with pins, and we're going to pin through both layers right along that stitching line. We're just doing the one side, which in this case is the inseam. It doesn't really matter which one you do first. And you want to mark where you stop. That's an important one. So once we've done that, we are then going to flip everything over, and you should be able to see, get out of the light wit, the pins that you've pinned through. So now you're going to take a marker. This is one of my Frixion pins. And I'm just gonna mark, eyeballing really, and connect the dots between those pins. Okay, and then once we've done that on the inseam, we can pull all of our pins out and do the same to the outseam. So make all of that nice and flat. Again, make sure you tuck that back part in toward the pant so that you don't have anything tucked in on itself. Especially because this seam has been pressed, so it's gonna have, it's gonna kind of want to kind of tuck in on itself. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna lay the other leg on top of it. Making sure that we mark where we're gonna stop. Oops. Make sure and line up those hems. They should be the same. Okay, once we pin that side, which you can see my pins, we're gonna flip it, do the same thing. All right, so now we can go and sew the other leg real quick. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll be right back and I'll tell you the next step. All right, once we have both of our inseam and outseam sewn, I'm gonna go to the serger and I am going to basically cut off any of the excess and blend it up to nothing. Oh, sorry, blend it up to like nothing at the knee on both the inseam and the outseam. If you're getting too close to your stitching up here, you can take out maybe a little bit more of that top stitching if you need to. But yeah, I'm just gonna blend my serging into the serging that was currently here, starting at the bottom on both legs, and then I will be right back. All right, so you can see the brown serging, sorry, I need better lighting over here. The brown serging goes into the white serging up here, and I've just tucked my tails in where I stopped that. And there's some overlapping of the brown and the white there. All right, so now we're gonna just stick a seam roll into our pant legs and press those new sewn seams to the back. Both of them get pressed to the back. Do that real quick. Oops, if I turn my steam on. All right, once you have pressed your seams the way that they need to go, we need to re-sew our inseam, top stitch our serged inseam back down, and this is gonna get a little tricky. So my suggestion, so as you can see, see, hopefully, there's where we've stopped. I'm just gonna pick up and back stitch there. It's on the inseam, you can't really see. And then continue it on down to the hem. I'm actually gonna try and sew inside the tubes, which means I'm going to turn my pants wrong side out, which is the way they just were. And I'm just gonna try and get my machine very carefully. And I'm gonna kind of sew into the tube all the way down. Well, I guess I'll start at the hem and then work my way up to where I started. So yeah. And hopefully that works okay. So I'm just gonna go top stitch those seams, re-top stitch those, that inner seam really quickly. Alternatively, you could just take that top stitching out and just leave it out. I mean, it's a detail. If it's gonna cause a lot of problems, you could just do that. But I am gonna try and re-top stitch that in since I've got my top stitching thread in to redo the hem anyway. So I'm gonna go top stitch the inseams, the inseam, excuse me, as best as I can. And then I will be right back and we can do our hem. All right, so I have re-top stitched my inseam. I will show it to you if I can figure it. Hold on, the jigsaw puzzle that is my jeans here. Okay, so we've re-top stitched the inseam. I have a lot of little, I need to hit it with a lint brush because there's a lot of these little top stitching threads that have definitely, just, they're short, they're like lint. They just need to be taken off. All right, so I've top stitched all the way down to the ankle. Not easily, I might add. It is much harder, much easier, because when you make the jeans, that gets done when they're flat before you've sewn the outer seams. So it is a little difficult. I did have to wrestle it a little bit, but it worked fine. It is doable if you're not making your leg too skinny. All right, so now this actually is somewhat easy. So with our hems, your previous hem should already be pressed in. So it really is just a matter of re-folding and then hitting it with the iron. I mean, I would definitely hit it with the iron again. You can hammer it again if you'd like, but putting that hem back into place and then top stitching that down. So I'm just gonna do that. I mean, your lines, your sewing lines are already, or pressing lines are already in there from the previous hem. So it makes it really easy. So I'm really quickly going. Okay, and then once you've got them hemmed, they're all done. So as you can see, this is hopefully, this is a much straighter leg, and yeah, I think it's more classic, and then I'm probably less trendy, more classic, and I think I'm gonna get a lot more use now out of these pants, and then I don't have to worry about that flared leg going out of style. So there we go, pants are fixed, ready for a whole bunch of spring wear. All right, guys, I will see you all on Tuesday for the Great Module Sew Along final review. Have a good one. Bye.